Assalamualaikum everybody. So I have a couple of sections in my talk, and I would like to begin by saying that the existence of the term generation gap, before our societies came into being, means that generation gap has always been there. There has always been a shift in preferences from one generation to another, and this shift in preferences leads to different ideas about various aspects of life. In our case, some of the most divergent opinions are around work. For example, our parents would like us to work only in one company for all our lives, like they have done, or how we spend our leisure. Our parents would like us to maybe keep reading books and keep studying, and we would like all sorts of, we would like to hang out with friends and all that, and so on. So there is this essential gap between generation and generation. So that established. I would now like to talk about this in terms of tradition versus modernity. If we've looked at some of the speakers that have spoken here, one of the speakers spoke about the need to discipline, let's say, kids, and then once they're disciplined, they automatically follow the tone, or they automatically follow what the parents intend for them. So I would suggest that this was a very good model for a slightly earlier time, and even we are very used to it sometimes. And this model is exactly what our education system implements. It is a model of the industrial age, where a couple of people or a group of powerful people or whoever decides what is the right conduct, and everybody else follows that conduct. In education, we are told to obey authority all the time, and so going forward, after being educated, we go into a company and we continue to obey authority. And so as time has progressed, we have now come to an age where tradition has been, this kind of thought has been replaced by modernity, where everybody thinks for himself. There are various routes and you take which one you want. And so without realizing it, our generation actually thinks that way. And one place where this is really brought out is our parents really think very highly of authority, and our generation by and large thinks very highly in human terms. What does this imply for my friend as a human being? They don't look at a rule as a rule, they look at its implication at a human level. And I would also like to come to this in terms of, let's say, a personal example. When I was going to school, my school was about co-educational till about 5th or 6th standard. And I remember very vaguely that one day I was talking to my mother, and there are different shifts of boys and girls, but then there was this arrangement by which both of them were combined into a co-ed school. Then my mother told, "Do you have girls in class?" I said, "Yes." And she said, "How many?" And I said, "How many?" And she said, "What do you think about them?" And I said, "Okay, they're there." So that was the first time I was actually, I thought, being made uncomfortable about the presence of somebody else in my environment. And then she said, "Stay away from them. And keep your place somewhere safely away from them." So I didn't have a sister. So, and I lived in Saudi Arabia. I didn't have relatives around. So from a very early age, I was taught that there's this particular conception of males and females in separate environments. And it so happened that after a very long time after this, I kept this hesitation of women alive, so that when my boss was a woman, I would just stand some meekly in the corner, whatever she's saying may be good for me. She's the authority, so I have to listen to her. I couldn't look at her in the eye and talk like as if she's another human being. And that went on for a while, and so on. So, I have 1 minute. Yeah. So, I would also like to say that this generation gap has been dealt with in various cultures. You had the European Renaissance. I'm talking about the gap between the industrial and the post-industrial. The European Renaissance changed the conception from dogma, as in we have to follow rules, from that to we have to be progressive and allow the rules to impact our lives, but we have to keep ourselves real and make our decisions ourselves. The Hindu community did not do it in such a huge manner, but still Bengali Renaissance and Raja Ram Mohan Roy and all that he stood for did change it quite a bit, and the Hindu faith in itself is not very, the priestly class is not very rigid about these things. But in the Muslim set of things, there was this gap between the modernist thought of Sir Sayyid and the traditional thought. And so I see this everywhere. I see whatever is happening as a contest between the traditional and the modern. Thank you.